Oh boy. Now, I am not late to the party. I just wanted to talk about the story because it's incredibly important. Now, I remember when the bullshit Brandon administration, it was completely and totally fortified, and I made a video stating like these are the things that are not going to go away now that Joe Brandon is in the White House. And I made it very clear that these fake hate crimes are not going to go away. They're going to continue to plague us. And I've been correct. I've been 100% correct. One of the things that aged like fine wine. And I want to talk about this story because there's been a fantastic update, and it's worth doing a video on. And I really want to talk about the impact, the damages that are done by these violent activists, by these Democrats, by the stunning and brave, diverse crowd, because there are victims. There are damages, mostly monetary, but there's also massive, damage done to people's reputation, etc. So the Oberlin College situation, or the Gibson Bakery versus the Oberlin College situation, can be summarized like this. A long time ago, or not a long time ago, but a few years ago, during the Trump administration, during the Trump era, there were these violent ghetto students who would basically steal from the local businesses close to the college. They would steal from them, and some of the colleges or some of the small businesses have reported, losing about $10,000 a year. I have it highlighted here. I'm going to go ahead and read it. So, according to the Gibsons, the bakery loses thousands of dollars to shoplifters every year. The owner of a nearby Ben Franklin store reported losing more than $10,000 a year to shoplifters. So this was a response. We're going to read the response really quick. The day after the incident, the faculty and hundreds of students gathered in a park. Let me pump the brakes. So here's the incident. People got to understand what prompted this legal battle between the small bakery and this stupid college. There was a violent ghetto thug who decided to steal from the Gibson's bakery. The people at the Gibson bakery, they stopped them. They reported that guy to the police. He was arrested. He was charged. He was convicted. He did it. And that kid paid restitution, did his time, whatever. It's over. However, the college got involved. And that's when things get interesting. So this is about the response here. The day after the incident, faculty and hundreds of students gathered in a park across the street from the Gibson's bakery, protesting what they saw as racial profiling and excessive use of force by Gibson toward the shoplifter. The Oberlin Student Senate immediately passed a resolution saying that the bakery has a history of racial profiling and discriminatory treatment of students and residents alike. Okay, there's no evidence for that, by the way. This is why they lost their lawsuit. Calling for all students to immediately cease all support, financial and otherwise, of Gibson's, and called upon Oberlin College President Marvin Krislov to publicly condemn the bakery. So during a meeting with Gibson's, Oberlin stated it would consider reinstating the business relationship if the bakery agreed to not bring criminal charges against first-time shoplifters. According to the civil complaint filed by the bakery, Gibson's was worried such a policy would cause an increase in future shoplifting. Oberlin made a proposal to all local businesses that if businesses would contact the college instead of police when students were caught shoplifting, the college would advise the students that if caught shoplifting a second time, they would face legal consequence. Okay, well, first off, there are legitimate damages being done to these small businesses. What, is the college going to reimburse them for the theft? Are they going to cover the damages? Are they going to cover the medical bills when these ghetto students, these ghetto low IQ thugs fight with and beat up these clerks or cashiers? Oh no, they're just going to talk to them. They're going to sit down, pat them on the head and tell them they're great, they're stunning and brave, and just don't do it again or there might be legal consequences. I mean, we just read $10,000 a year is a lot of money. I don't know about you, but I would notice $10,000 out of my bank account. I'd notice if there was that kind of money getting taken out of my pocket. Absolutely insane. They have to bear the burden of their students' criminality. Unfucking believable. And then again, this is what they don't talk about. It's just like, stupid college kids defamed the bakery. I mean, there's a lot more to it than that. And I know I didn't really get to cover much of it, but we're doing that now because there's been an update. But before we get to the update, I mean, I just want to, I highlighted this last part here. I highlighted this last part here, and because it's interesting. A former administrator said that Oberlin's recent drop in enrollment caused the school to be wary of disagreeing with its students. A freshman from an East Coast big city might come to Oberlin and find there is little for a social justice warrior to do in a small town like this. So they get frustrated and make issues like this shoplifting thing bigger than it should be, and the school follows along. That stood out to me. You know, I remember when I was in college and I had this professor. He was an ex law enforcement, and I did this thing about like prison and people are kinder, and that the ramped up police state was likely not necessary and stuff like that. And you know, and he disagreed with some of the things that I said. You know, stated that people have become more rude and stuff like that. And I was kind of like surprised that he would disagree with me, but I kind of welcomed it. You know, like I needed to be challenged. I don't want people to just agree with me willy nilly, because I'm not going to learn anything when that happens. And I certainly don't want any of my teachers to be afraid of me or my professors to be afraid of me. And I don't think they were. I had a lot of really meaningful relationships with my college professors. I know now that I'm like full MAGA and stuff, they probably would detest me. But I mean, what does this tell us about the state of affairs at the universities in the United States when they can't? The university can't be like, hey, shut your fucking mouth and leave those businesses alone. That student was a violent criminal. He was a thief. He got caught and he was punished. And what you're saying is untrue. They should have just completely, disciplined these students for making defamatory statements against innocent people who did nothing. They endangered the lives of those people, by the way, calling them racist, calling them Nazis, calling them all these things. And then they had this unreasonable proposal. Oh, just don't report them the first time. The second time you can get them, but not the first time. Absolute insanity. So the Gibson Bakery ended up suing Oberlin College, and they lost every single fucking time, and they even lost on the appeal. So this is from USA Today, this garbage rag. Oberlin College loses appeal against $25 million libel judgment from suit filed by local bakery. Unbelievable, man. An Ohio appeals court has upheld a $25 million judgment for a business that successfully claimed it was libeled by Oberlin College in the aftermath of a shoplifting incident that roiled the historic liberal arts college or art school and music conservatory's campus outside of Cleveland. The 9th District Court of Appeals in Akron, on Thursday rejected all of Oberlin College's claims and upheld a judge's ruling that attorneys for the owners of Gibson's Bakery and Food Mart should receive $6.3 million in legal fees from the school. The 3-judge panel also agreed with Lorain County Judge John Maraldi's decision, rejecting Oberlin College motions for a new trial and denied the store owner's claim that the damage awards did not sufficiently punish the school. He's probably right, but you know, they got to put limits on these things. They got to be somewhat reasonable. I mean, this is still a big chunk and change. In a statement, Oberlin College officials said they were disappointed by the ruling. They said they were reviewing the court's 50-page opinion carefully as we evaluate our options and determine next steps. So this is back in April 4th, 2022. So yeah, they're getting a lot of money. They're getting a lot of money, and rightfully so. Because I mean, there are serious real world consequences to falsely calling people racist and making all these phony baloney claims about like my oppression and whatnot. You know, this business had to like shut down for a little bit, you know, and it's like, and like this business is so important because it's been around since like it survived 2 world wars. It's been around that long. It's a family business. One of the older members of the family, one of the oldest members of the Gibson family, you know, he's just, man, he's seen some stuff, man. I mean, this is America. This is what makes America. People like to say all this bullshit, like the Democratic Party. They trot out all these freaks, and they're like, this is what makes America. No, the Gibson Bakery. This is what I think when I think America. The family, these small businesses, and they probably enjoyed the students, the ones that didn't steal. They were happy to have them come and patronize them and whatnot. But now it's like, now the students and the young people, they turned against them and lied about them, and it just made everybody's lives miserable. And unfortunately, regret to report, it's likely still going to continue. This kind of stuff is not going to go away. But if we band together and we understand what is going on in the real world, we can genuinely push back against it. And we can defend these small businesses. We can defend these innocent families. And again, it's so important that people keep talking about this. Use your lawful speech. Your speech matters. If your speech didn't matter, all those goofballs on Twitter wouldn't be crying about free speech. They wouldn't be crying about freedom of expression. They wouldn't be crying about dissenting opinions. They wouldn't be crying about revealing the truth and reality of these race hoaxers, these fake hate crimes. They hate when we talk about this stuff. I mean, look what Jussie Smollett did. I mean, that caused a lot of damage. There were a lot of I was a victim of that crime. Literally. I say that without a hint of irony or sarcasm. I was literally the victim of that crime. That crime was designed to make people like me live in fear because of our love and support for President Trump. And I'm just so fucking sick of it, man. I'm so sick of it. But thank God that the Oberlin or the Gibson Bakery prevailed in their lawsuit. It's set in stone. This decision is not going to be reversed. I don't think they got a lot of other options. The college should just pay the money right now, because if they try to continue to appeal this and go up the food chain, the legal food chain, that's what I'm going to call it, they're probably going to continue to lose. And the more that they do this, the longer they prolong it, it's just going to attract more attention, and it's going to just reveal the insanity that is going on these college campuses. I mean, goodness. I mean, you read the wiki. I read the wiki. I just showed you. It's like, dude, these administrators, those college professors, they're terrified of their students. That's not how college works. The student should be glad that people much smarter and experienced than them are bestowing upon them invaluable information, and they can use that information to be a force to be reckoned with in the real world. But instead, they're like, no, we're the ones in charge. We're calling the shots. It's our view or no views at all, says these whiny, violent college students. And, just to kind of, not throw too much shade on the violent thug, the little thief who committed the crime that kind of, kicked off this whole thing. The guy did the crime. He paid for it. I'm not entirely sure that individual sparked this. I think it was just these I guess maybe bored students taking up this issue and making it this thing that it's not. Who knows, though? I'm just glad that the Gibson Bakery is getting the justice that they deserve. I mean, the family states that the money that they're getting, the few million that they're getting, it's not enough. But I mean, this could have, again, it could have gotten worse. People could have gotten hurt. At least they got some justice. There's an appearance of justice here, and at the very least, it's enough. It should be enough for us. So yeah, what do you guys think about this whole situation? Yeah, I implore everybody, just read up on the stuff, man. Follow up on it. And I'm gonna leave a link in the description to the bakery. And while I might be a little too warm on my side of the country to order their food and their treats and stuff, I could probably get a T-shirt. You go ahead and patronize them. Go ahead and buy some stuff. Let them know that I sent you. And to the Gibson family, I prayed for you guys. I was rooting for you guys, and I was talking about this issue. This type of stuff is really important to me, and it's important that people know what the truth is. And I'm so thankful that, again, the appearance of justice appears to be shining on all of us this month. So, yeah, what do you guys think? Peace out.